trek
Just
through
gonna have to
the mountains.
Scurry around the lighting and the car.
Hello.
Enter Toad.
Toadfish Rebecca.
We love Toad.
This is a reference like only Australians will get, and only like a handful of
Yeah,
Australians.
like I barely get the reference. Only because Toad is a bit of a meme here. Do we get him?
Yeah.
But hello.
Hello.
We're back.
We're back. What are we doing?
We're just doing a quick little recap of the Queensland GT, solely on the fact that I got so distracted whilst TOing that I didn't get a lot of footage for a vlog.
Yeah,
The footage I got didn't create a nice vlog.
Yeah, it's a bit loud. The microphones weren't cutting the mustard, unfortunately.
No. They were a bit janky. So
Yeah, but that's alright. We're learning.
exactly, we're figuring stuff out, and so here we are. Thought we'd just do
Next time we might even have a proper tripod.
yeah,
You never know.
maybe. Minty,
Yeah. Thanks, Mick.
keep receiving pictures of our feet and
every other patron, but
and
Minty is paying the
stuff.
most. I'm sorry, guys. He gets
tripods might show up.
Yeah.
Try feet pods. Anyway, so day zero
Day zero.
started off with me waking up.
Yeah.
Big yawn.
Big yawn.
I woke up, did a little simulation of the tournament just to make sure everything was working properly for the
spreadsheet?
running sheet, the spreadsheet,
Yep.
and it worked perfectly. I did a
Yeah.
full simulation of the tournament.
Yeah.
And for fun fact, the winner of that simulation was Danny G.
Oh.
Fun fact, he's won a simulation twice.
Oh yeah, that's right. He won the first little
'Cause
mini one.
I did a really mini one with 8 players and he won it. I did a full tournament one with random dice rolls to determine major loss and so on. And Danny won the second simulation.
That's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Do you want to do like a Hunger Games?
We should. That's kind of sick. Anyway, so after
But in tournaments, whoever loses the game,
your
fucking
models
dies.
get destroyed.
Yeah. We like fucking throw them at a wall.
Into a sausage grinder thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Disposal.
Yeah. I then had to go and pick Jim, who flew up from Victoria. Picked him up from the airport. We then went and got a few knickknacks from Coles. I went and got some pens to put in the little goodie bags, which I think was a stroke of genius.
It was a stroke.
I'm constantly having strokes.
No, it was very handy. Like having just everyone. At least there were pens around.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone.
Most people. I think I lost mine immediately.
Yeah,
because of course I did.
Classic.
Every time I get something in a goodie bag, I lose, or get something in a tournament, I'll just lose it. Apparently, the last 2 tournaments, I was given a dice immediately. First game, gone. I had no idea what happened.
Ready for this? The G-Dub tournament that they gave out the invisible ring bearers.
Oh.
Lost them immediately.
Oh no, that's the
Gone.
worst thing to lose.
And that's why that tournament cost $80.
Yeah.
And I lost that thing immediately.
Yeah, it's an $80 tournament that really didn't need to be $80 because that was a $50 model. I've still got them and I don't need them. So.
I didn't need them either.
No.
So I don't care. Anyway, so I picked up Jim. We went and got a few knickknacks. I got super glue as well, which was brilliant. Just a whole bunch of different things needed for the tournament, just the smaller things. And then we came straight to Liam's.
Yeah.
We came here. We had a few games. Insert clips of shenanigans.
Yeah, we recorded a bat rep. It's probably going to come up eventually. I don't know, because it was just such a fucking stomp.
Yeah, we love it.
Such a stomp.
Depressing but fun.
Yeah. And then everyone just kind of, we had pizzas, had some drinks,
We had
got
Jim
crunk.
was doing some painting.
Yeah, Jim was doing painting.
Medbury showed up, which was sensational. Josh drove up from down from Bundaberg.
Yep.
He was eating pizza and cheese was going all over him. It was beautiful.
Cal
from
eventually
Wag
showed up. Yeah.
So that was cool.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. We had a few drinks, had a few pizzas. And then me and
I had
others.
Ethan here as well.
Ethan.
That's fine. And
Ethan
Riley was here as well, but
Ethan and
that's
Riley. They're cool. They're fine.
Yeah, we won't mention them at all, apparently.
No. So that
was good.
Thanks for Riley for coming up from New South Wales. Really appreciate it.
Fuck him.
But then, myself and a few others went to Irresistible Force to set up
the tables, which, man, they were beautiful tables.
They were. I was very happy with the tables.
Yeah.
We were knackered. So me and Jim were setting up. We set up 11 tables that night. 11 of the 21 tables we needed, and the two of us. Every table we set up, you could watch the two of us just collapse. And I don't know how many times I said to Jim, I'm so sorry I brought you into this, man. I'm so sorry. I really apologize, but I really appreciate it, because he was dying.
Well, he stayed up all night the night before for whatever reason.
To paint his army.
Yeah. And then,
which he still hadn't completed, which is why I was painting it. There was a lot of, we were just struggling.
He spent like 2 days not sleeping, essentially. Mental dude. And then also went into a tournament. Mental dude.
So that was fun. Did that setup, and then I went home. I finished off the goodie bags. Put in the little event miniatures that MESBG had made up, which is a little dwarf dude with a little raven on his shoulder. Yeah. Little cutie, perfect for like a dwarf king or a captain or just a fun little troop. Yeah.
Or your Battle Company's raven.
Yes.
Dwarf. Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate Battle Companies.
I love Battle Companies. It's so much fun.
The duality of man.
Yeah. Anyway, then we hit to day one.
Then we hit the tournament, day one of the tournament. I got there at 8 alongside Evan, who supplied 99% of the terrain.
Yeah, Evan, a huge shout out. Huge. Like the boards he supplied as well were all just
sensational.
Beautiful.
The dude, I can't thank him enough. Sam Johnson from Reapers as well supplied 2 tables.
Yeah. And your Gumby army.
And my Gumby army, which was just eagles, and he put it on a beautiful display board, which I don't think I took a photo of, so that might not show up. And then we had
Nick might have.
Yeah. Then we had some the direct deep terrain that we did. That showed up. A bunch of the Queensland terrain, but 99% of that terrain was from Evan. Yeah. So huge shout out to old mate for supplying us with all of that.
Amazing.
Insert tables.
Can I get a hiya?
There was some amazing terrain.
Yeah.
Absolutely adored it. But day one went really, really smoothly.
Oh, really well. In terms of matchups, I went through day one undefeated.
Ooh.
But no, day one was lovely. Everyone was just in really high spirits. Even people who were losing were just having a good time. I genuinely didn't hear a blip about, anything really.
No. There were a few complaints which we'll touch on.
There was a hiccup in a list, but that was about it.
Yeah, there was a little hiccup in a list, but it didn't really affect much.
No.
So it wasn't a major issue. There was partially my fault for misinterpreting something that showed up on Lonely Night, which Lonely Night was correct. I just assumed that he had Ashrak in his list.
And Lonely Night and Reese were correct.
Lonely Night and Reese were correct. I, for whatever reason, was like, oh, he's got Ashrak in his list, but he didn't, and he was paying for... I thought the thing that was coming up with Reese and Lonely Night was that he was spreading his venom backs throughout his list. So I was like, you can do that, that's fine. But that was me thinking he had Ashrak.
He was buying Venom Backs without having Ashrak in.
So that was solely my fault. But hey, things are bound to happen.
Yeah, the only thing though was that the two people he versed, like neither of them said that those Venom Backs did anything realistically.
Yeah.
Like he was using them, but they the rerolls weren't popping up.
It was only for the first two rounds, and then he stopped using them by request, and so he was playing the tournament down a bunch of
8 points. It's not huge.
It's not major, but he's still playing points down, which could have gone to other stuff. But anywho,
I mean, he could have had Ashrak. He could like those 8 points and a goblin. I think he could have afforded than Ashrak.
Possibly,
yeah. It doesn't. I don't think it would have really mattered because he placed very well anyway.
He is
spoilers.
A stellar player. And then we ducked out for some dinner and drinks.
Many drinks. It was
many drinks. I was double parked
time
the entire night. For anyone that doesn't know what double parked is, because you're not Aussie or British potentially. I don't know. I think it's only an Aussie thing. Who knows? But it means you've got 2 drinks in your hands.
Yeah. Some people call it double fisting, which has another connotation.
That has a very different meaning.
Yeah. There were so many people. It was just like laughs and fucking memes and.
It was a great community outing.
Yeah.
Like we had drinks, we told stories, we spoke about how day one went, and it was really cool hearing all the stories of the other players.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
how their games went. I got very drunk. I had Cal telling me to skull drinks, and then he would buy me another one, so I was doing that. Then he was feeding me chips at one point. He made a reference to Silence of the Lambs, which is cool. Something about he eats the chips and then he gets the hose or something.
He eats the chips or he gets the drinks again.
That's it, yeah.
That's a TO tomorrow. Shut up, Lambert.
Drinking. He puts the vodka down his throat or gets the hose again. No time for talking.
Something like that.
We had a lot of fun. Fitzy's is a pretty cool little venue.
Yeah.
We didn't all stay late. I think we were all gone by about. I left at 9:30 because
everyone else was gone about 10-ish, but that was because they were like turning off the lights and shit on us, which is like fair. We had been there since like 5 though, so like it was a good time.
It was a good laugh we had. Oh man, it was great. I loved it.
It was we even rolled round 4 scenarios, and I tried to gaslight Sean into thinking it was not the scenario he rolled.
And surprisingly, after all the alcohol I drank and the amount of shots of Jose Silva me and Cal did. I woke up the next morning feeling fresh. I felt like a 19-year-old with no consequences from like drinking the night before.
I think judging by what happened on Monday, your body held it in.
Yeah.
Your body was like, no, we need this today.
We need to survive. And I reckon that's what happened was it caught up to me on Monday. But yeah, even day 2 again ran nice and smoothly. A lot of like bang up games.
Oh my god.
Some really good players versing each other.
I need to talk about my round 4 game because holy shit.
Let's talk about your round 4 game. Let's go.
Alright, so I'm coming in undefeated. I'm coming up against old Joshy Broom, a very good player, C tier LSR. Lords of Battle, Kazad Dum versing dwarves, versing Gondor, my god. But man, so that was such a tight game. I had one Kazad guard beat Hurin in the first round of combat, and Josh blew all of his might to win the fight, and then not kill the Kazad guard.
Brutal.
I think Hurin only killed like 3 models the whole game, but one of them was my King's Champion at the end of the day, which was a bit shit. But had King's Champion blow 3 might and not 3 fate, and not pass a wound, which was great. Took a wound from LSR, blew 3 fate, none of them went off, which was awful. And I just, there was like people not killing people they should have, and then people killing people they should have, and it was great. People killing they shouldn't have. And then we counted up the scores. It ended on the second turn after breaking. And we counted up the scores and we realized Josh was 1 model away from breaking.
Ooh.
Which on that last turn, there was about 5 models that should have died.
That didn't.
Durin whiffed entirely on killing 1 fucking Fountain Court guard because he was defending a doorway and I had 2 of his shots hit the door instead of hitting the model. But he was 1 model away from breaking. Awful. I had done 1 wound to Elisar though. And then we counted up the model tally of the kill tally. It was 28 models to me and 29 models to Josh.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
So if I'd killed 1 model and broken him, he would have gotten less points for that as well, because I was broken.
Yeah.
And then we would have tied our kill tally. So it was a 6-1 to Josh in the end. It would have been 2-1 to me if I'd killed 1 model. Just a massively close game, a massive swing.
It just shows how this game, like, the ups and downs of this game.
Yeah.
One dice roll here could change the points.
That was it.
Drastically.
If I'd won that game, I probably shouldn't have. But there was also like 3 other games I also shouldn't have won that tournament.
And round 5.
Oh yes, yeah.
Round 5
Round 5 was spicy.
Was spicy. So our top 4 at the time for round 5 was top table was Josh playing King Alisar,
Yeah.
Gondor, versus Sam Harbison, who was playing Witch King, Gulliver, Angmar.
Yeah.
Now the scenario for this one was
Destroy the supplies.
Destroy the supplies. It was
Yeah.
Destroy the supplies. Second to top table was Sean Kirkby and his Hobbits.
Yep.
And Jay and Assault on Lothlorien.
Yep.
Now these were 2 incredibly tight games.
Yeah. Hugely tight
The games of Josh and Sam, from what I was told, was like ridiculously close. Like similar to your previous game, where a kill here and there would have completely changed the outcome.
Yeah.
Josh, I was playing very, very defensively from what I saw, which I think is what he needed to do.
Against that list, with how much magic he had and all that kind of stuff.
I think he definitely needed to. He did say that in hindsight, he would have baited Gulliver out with Hurin, which I think is the right move.
Yeah.
But in saying that, a really tight game, and the same thing with the second to top table, Jay's AOL and Kirkby. That was a
that game was behind me where I was playing, and I kept turning around, and Kirkby was just like, it was the only reason that game like went the way it was just a draw, because they were just constantly like back and forthing each other, was just the fact that Jay had a banner.
Yeah.
That was literally the only thing in it.
Hardcore. The complaints was the scenarios, and because we've been so used to rolling doing veto at the moment, and so a few people were quite vocal on the fact that they wanted it to have been veto, or for me to have rolled the scenarios at random and then announce them early on. My justification for not doing either of that is it makes list building a lot harder. Yes, it means there's going to be a lot more generic army lists floating around.
It did, like, not having veto, it absolutely stopped me from playing a sillier list, which I really kind of wanted to play, but I still got to play a silly list, so
and I also, personally as a player, in more of the high competitive scenarios, which this tournament was both, I want it to be both highly competitive, but also there for like a day out.
It is hard to strike that balance, to be fair.
It very much is. I think it went all right in that sense.
Honestly, it's like I think the only reason it was a competitive event was realistically because of the random draw scenarios.
Yeah. Because,
like, I don't know, I think the Queensland community in general is just kind of less competitive in
without a doubt.
As a group.
We don't necessarily look at like the medalists
except for Nick
Franklin. who is now allying stuff, and he didn't like green alliances at the best of times. So now
This
he's
is
doing
this
yellow
yeah. This is a
alliances.
man like a
And
year
that's
ago
what
was
I'm
like,
like,
oh, you taking a green alliance? No. Oh, yellow alliance? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And now the man's actually making yellow alliances, and I don't like it.
It's like me in the and siege weapons. It was like, oh, fucking siege weapons, and now trebuchet.
I'm hard stance on all of these things still. I will still not take a siege weapon unless it's like a bolt thrower.
Yeah.
And I'll still not take Azog or Bolg or Gulliver or any stupidly overpowered garbage model like a bear.
Anywho, yeah. So I think apart from the vocality
Yeah, look.
on that, which to be fair was only like 4 people out of the
Yeah. I think I would have
vocal
preferred.
minority.
I would have definitely preferred Veto just because I like kind of how that you build lists around Veto because it's just a bit. You have a bit more fun with it. There's a bit more silliness with it, but you can still also get fucked by a Veto anyway.
The compromise I'm going to make for the next GT is that it's going to be random pools and vetoes from the pool.
I mean that's fine, but
And
that's
it means if you get the same pool,
yeah.
you get. If we play 5 maneuvering pools, I will make that happen. I'm not going to compromise. If Kirkby got Reconnoiter,
He'd have won the whole tournament.
he would have come second.
Well, it depends on what happened to the other game.
No. Either way, because what's his face had enough points above Kirkby. Sam Harbison.
Yeah, if he'd lost by 12 though.
Yeah, it still had enough.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Kirkby was on.
Oh, 'cause I'd beaten him.
75.
I had a major against him. That was the
And
problem.
Sam Harbison was on 100.
Yeah.
But Kirkby didn't have many.
Sorry, Kirkby.
I'm sorry, Kirkby. Anyway, that did happen. But it is what it is.
I'm glad that it happened because I didn't have a maneuvering army and I was up against a maneuvering army, so
So I
Better for me.
apologise for rigging the tournament.
a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Also, if you'd given me Harbison round 4.
God, I really wanted to.
That would have just been fun. I reckon I could have beat Angmar in Lord's Battle.
I really.
I could have matched up against him. We were all on 3 wins, and there was 4 of us on 3 wins on day.
Yeah, along the lines of that.
Yeah, and then it ended up being a split of Isla versus Sam and Josh versus me. But if it had been the other way around,
What's the system? It's a Swiss system, which is what I did.
Yeah.
For basically the entire tournament. Day 1, I did make changes. So, for example, if you travelled up from New South Wales together in the same car for 12 hours, you were not going to play each other in day 1.
Yeah.
But if you got each other day 2, you were going to play.
And
That's
yet I
for you,
still
Judge.
versed Saxon and Kirkby.
I don't care about us.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good.
Didn't travel 12 hours in a car with
Yeah, but
another dude and his wife and child.
I also just play those two all the time.
Saxon's in like Toowoomba.
Yeah, I still play him way more often than anyone else. Saxon, of all of them, is the one I probably play the most and the people that actually go to tournaments at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, no. Look, it was a choice. Like as TO, like you make the choices and then you stick with them. That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I having TO'd a tournament myself.
Ooh, connoisseurs we are.
Connoisseur of one tournament, both of us. An expert of one TO'd tournament. Look, there was a couple of choices I made in my tournament that were probably a little controversial as well. But like at the end of the day, it's more of you're rolling dice on a toy soldiers game for starters. And like it still like was a very good tournament in the end. Like no, the complaints.
Stop it.
I'm talking about my tournament.
Oh fuck.
The complaints were like a vocal 3 people of
They're like
40.
Yeah, to be fair, they were justified, but I also had my justifications
Yeah.
for them. I like the competitive side of list building in terms of not knowing what you're coming into, but I also like tournaments where it's like, here's the list, build around. Here's the scenarios, build around those scenarios.
That's
But
my
we've had
least favorite tournament.
We've had enough of that and veto and everything. So I just wanted to change.
If anything, actually, I've literally never played a tournament where I've known the scenarios in advance.
Really?
Yeah. So
Really,
that
really?
is not something that happens in Queensland often.
Because it's mainly the G-Dub ones that do it.
Yeah. Even then, no.
Yeah.
Like the championship tournament.
The
no.
championship one it wasn't, but the other G-Dub ones they have. Anyway, it doesn't really.
Regardless. That's still my least favorite though, because I will then get like crippling
anxiety.
or just like my list building will be very specific, and I'm not a fan of that.
Hate that. We'll dive into, I guess, the top fives.
Yeah.
Of how everything went. So top 5 list.
Number
Liam
5. Hello.
came 5th
I did come 5th.
with Kazad Dum.
Yeah.
Which is
the during Kazad Dum, the list you've seen in the
clap. Well done.
Look, I was really happy with my turnout. The thing I really, really struggle with, and I keep struggling with in every tournament, is getting VPs.
Yes, yeah, that was quite.
I was of the top
yucky.
10. Yeah, of the top 10, I was
the least VP.
the third least.
Third least.
And that was, I think 9 and 10 were lower than me.
Yeah.
So I was 5th with ahead of 2 other people just because of the actual wins. But yeah, the other thing that threw me was actually the other slight controversy. A slight controversy is how many points a major win was.
Yeah, so we've had a bit of a mix in the Queensland League where your major wins, some tournaments go major wins 5+, some tournaments go major wins 6+.
Yeah.
I did mention this at the beginning. Some people just didn't hear it, but most people
came a little late, so I think I missed it.
That could have been it. Most people did come and ask, but I think Liam just from running your tournament, you did it as a 5+.
I did a 5+,
margin
and there's
for
like
a major victory.
Yeah, I think half the tournaments this year at least.
Yeah. So that's the other thing that me and Reese want to do for the Queensland League is sort that out, and I think we're going to stick with 6+.
I don't like that, but okay.
Oh no.
As a member of the committee, I will be debating this.
It's a shame that there's no one else in the committee except for me and Reese at the moment. We're going to make all the rules first.
Good. Anyway. Look, no, it's so I had a couple of wins that were 5+, that I assumed were majors, but they were not.
That's right. And I was there to mark them as not 5+. 4th place.
Yeah.
There's another Kazad Dum list.
There's another Kazad Dum list.
What? Kazad Dum in the top 10? Wait, 2 Kazad Dums in the top 10?
The only 2 Kazad Dums that arrived as well.
When and how?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The only 2 Kazad Dums that even showed up.
Yeah. This Kazad Dum.
Actually, was there another one?
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's just the 2. Yeah.
There was Iron Hills.
That's right. There was another Dwarfs.
There was another Dwarfs. But yeah, Kazad Dum, but with a little spice.
Yeah.
Not with Radagast, but with Saruman.
Yeah, so that was, we talked about this in the list building as well. Still not sure if I rate it, to be honest. I think he made some good justifications. This is Jack McCormack.
Yes.
He
did
lovely
have
dude.
some very, very good justifications for it. He wanted a bit more threat and to be a bit more aggressive with his magic. Which,
Yeah.
look, fair enough, and it paid off.
He clearly did.
Personally, I'm there for Radagast. He's just so good in Kazad Dum.
Honestly, after playing pure Kazad Dum, I'm actually there for no alliances, because holy shit, their army bonus got me so many fucking extra kills.
When you remember it, it's
When
so good.
Well, that's it. Like, I know we made the meme of it in that tier list of the army bonuses, but actually, it's such a fucking good army bonus.
It's good, yeah.
Just being able to reroll all ones is really, to wound anyway in combat.
Yeah.
Is really, really good. Like, it
Real
netted me so many extra kills. But yeah, no, his Durin, he had the bolt thrower, Durin, and Saruman.
Yes.
And an extra hero, I think.
The list will show up
Yeah.
as we're talking about them. I'm so
remember.
drained, I can't remember.
Oh, no, he did. He had a captain, I think. Or a king, a dwarf king.
Yeah, something.
Anyway.
But
I don't know if he had Durin. Maybe he had a king and a captain. Anywho.
Anyway.
It was still a very good
He
list.
did very well.
He did very well.
Kazad Dum 5th and 4th. It
Yeah.
still shocks me.
Still very good.
Most people say Kazad Dum is shit, which I, for the most part, agreed with it as being like a mid to low mid-tier army.
I'm making a fantastic Kazad Dum next, by the way.
Obviously, it's quite good in the
Yeah.
right hands.
It's like I did have some problems with like the Hearthguard being 13 points and doing no damage. But then again, I also had some other games where they pulled it out, which was great.
That's dice.
But yeah, it's more that they only have one attack is the biggest thing. Whereas my next list is going to be a lot of Iron
16
Guard.
Iron Guard. We almost had a third.
Yeah,
Kazad
we
Dum.
did. That's
So
right.
Ben Ryan sadly was not able to make the event.
I was trying to
for
think because I
whatever
thought we
reason.
did, but yeah.
He
was running
18 or 16.
16 Iron Guard and a bunch of Rangers
in his
and
PJ
Barlin.
party.
Yeah,
so,
it was so good.
I think that's the way to do it. That's a bit of fun. Third place,
Yeah,
Jay Hansen.
with his AOL.
Jay Handsome.
Jay Handsome with AOL.
Assault on Lothlorien.
Yeah.
Medalist.
Yeah, look, it was a good list. Like, it was interesting to see them after the nerf. I think, like, he made the right choices with what he added in, other than Ashrak. Not having Ashrak as a rebel.
Whoops.
Because personally, I think Ashrak
I think
over-
you do it for the Venom backs.
For the Venom backs, and if you've got enough Venom backs, like, you're then also got the potential of Shadow Shadows or channeled Shadow Shadows.
In Rage
yeah.
Beast on the Venom
Yeah.
backs. Like, there's a lot of fun things you could do.
But
I was trying to tell him for a while to add a Warg Chieftain, but he
the
had a
spiders are
Orc-
better.
The spiders are better. He did have an Orc Captain on Warg as well, from memory.
Yeah,
So he
which
had-
is, I think, also the other correct decision to
Yeah.
change with the new change of having more Orcs. I think the Orc
Now,
Captain on Warg.
I
hits hard.
genuinely think Jay could have won the event. His third round was against Sam, who ended up
Oh, that's right.
first.
Yes.
And it was just a really,
Really close game.
really tight one.
Yeah, I watched that for the last couple of turns, and yeah, it was just like the ability of, like, to be fair, the Goblin Shaman came in handy there because he had the
So what was round 3
Theory.
again? Heirloom's Assassination and then
Fog.
Fog of War. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gully
think-
got on top of him. Was the
I
problem?
think it's because Gulliver is able to just mow down the chaff. He doesn't have enough to put on, those objectives that he needs to cap.
And the big problem is his Enraged Beast only gets him to fight 6.
Yeah.
And Gulliver's fight 7.
Yeah,
So
that's it. So
that's another huge problem.
I think, I think given the right scenario, he could have pulled it out. But this is another reason why I like the random scenarios, because there are going to be scenarios where you go into it going, I can't win this.
Yeah.
But if you're a good enough player and you're deserving of winning, a big tournament,
It also
you
depends on
should-
your list.
You should be able to pull out these kind of games.
Yeah.
It's not always going to happen, even if it means pulling out a draw in a die
The
situation.
problem you run into though is, like, had the last round potentially been reconnoitered, that is just a win for Kirkby.
Yeah,
Like, there are just lists that are just gonna, and especially like Reconnoiter, Contest of Champions, and like even
and just
Lords
to
for
explain,
extent.
the reason why Reconnoiter is an auto win for Kirkby is he gets 13 models off the board in turn 2.
And then he also still has like 80 odd
Yeah,
models.
he has
like,
Hobbit Ambush, 13 models, jump off the board.
Yeah.
Suddenly, his opponent needs to get 26 models off the board.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
and not with 80 models still left on the board.
That's not happening at all.
Like there's very very few lists that will be able to beat that. And I don't think AOL could have.
No.
For sure. And then like contests, like if you have contests and you're up against Elisar, for instance, that's his favorite fucking scenario.
Yeah.
There was also a Bolg, who would have been great.
Yeah,
or
there
Azog,
are,
I think. Might have been Azog actually. Anyway,
there are a few of. Oh,
there's
how
a
big
couple of
could have been
downsides.
such-
Is the
There's
problem.
definitely a couple of downsides, but I think I like that from my standpoint as a semi-competitive player. I like those really difficult challenges. Like one of the ones I look back on a lot is Fog of War against Seb at Tabletop Con 500 points. I should not have won that game. He had Harad,
Yeah.
50% shooting, all his bows were on top of a piece of terrain, and I had to run like D-Day with my D3 exiles in the open
Yeah.
to get to anywhere, and somehow pulled that game out of my ass and won it. And they're the kind of games where I think, if you're going to win a tournament, usually like a bigger, more competitive one, you need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But that's my personal opinion.
I think that there is very few players that will be able to do that if their list, like if that just is a hard counter. They're like, if any players realistically.
I think in the Queensland community, with not trying to say that people are shit, we're not. There's some great players, but the way people build lists here, it definitely leans towards having fairer matchups. Whereas if you look at New South Wales and Victoria, which I came from Victoria when it came to playing this, so I still have a little bit of that in my head.
Yeah. I will say
a lot more of
I will say I did manage to beat a high maneuvering army in
you beat the master of
the
movement.
master of movement in Destroy the Suppliers, when I literally all I could do was sit on objectives.
Yeah, that's fun.
So that was fun.
That's great.
But like that, it was not like an auto lose for me. It's a
tough matchup.
It's a tough matchup, but like it's doable.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I came up against that in Reconnoiter, I'd have lost.
You're struggling.
I just lose because that thing's got movement out the goddamn asshole, and I lose.
Yeah. It was alerts as scouts, by the way.
Alerts as scouts,
Master of movement. We'll go into second now.
Yeah.
We've rambled enough. I think we need to change this channel to just like
Tabletop ramblings.
Tabletop. We are tabletop rambling. I'm the left hand, Liam's the right hand.
Yeah, we've done it. We're back.
We miss you.
We
we also miss Mediocre Ranger. Please come back.
He pops back occasionally.
Yeah, once every like 8 months.
Yeah.
And just like, he sent me a message. He's like, do you want to be in a video? I was like, hell yeah, I'm free these days. And then he saw the message and never responded. He's getting too big for his boots.
Ouch. What happened to the man that would heroic challenge us?
Exactly. Heroic challenges again. Second place went to King Alisar Gondor. Joshy Broom, insert a picture of him slurping on a pizza.
Insert a picture of him smiling really awkwardly for his second place trophy.
Fun fact about that picture, I took like 3 pictures. Everyone had a different face except for him.
Yeah, it just that
It was
one
beautiful.
face.
One face. So yeah, he had a really good run. 4 wins, conceded 2 VPs
to me
all weekend, up until the last game where he conceded 6.
Yeah,
I think
he conceded 2
he
to me, and that was it. There was no other person who got VPs against him up to the last game.
Or maybe he conceded 7. I can't remember if he conceded 8 or 9 VPs all tournament, which is mental.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good. So he played a stellar game. Cruise missile, Alisar as we like to call him.
Yeah.
Because Josh just throws him into the fray and just let's see what happens.
And
he does that. But he played really, really well. This could have been the second tournament that he had podiumed with King Alisar if it wasn't for the fact that he didn't bring a display board in Gladstone.
So, yeah, he would have won Gladstone, I think, from memory. Or at least podiumed.
It definitely would have podiumed. I can't remember if it would have been a win. I'm sure he will tell
maybe
us
it was
in the
like
comments.
third. Anyway.
But
C tier.
So this ended up being his first ever trophy.
Yeah.
And just
he got 2
to
of them.
spite him, I gave him best gene rule as his first ever trophy that he won.
First ever trophy was misspelled.
Yes. So that was a cheeky bit of fun.
Best good gene rule.
Best good gene rule, which he scored VPs out the wazoo.
Yeah, which to be fair, someone from Podium was always going to win those 2 best general awards.
For the fact that
because
I was just giving it to people. I was giving awards to people on merit. A lot of people will run tournaments and go, cool. First place can't win best general because they've come first place. Even though first place might have scored the most, So they'll give it to someone out of the top 3. Which I respect that. I like it, but I also
I wouldn't do that for best general. That's weird for me.
Yeah.
I know like there's the GW tournament that gave best general to the person who went undefeated but didn't podium, which was the only reason he didn't podium was because of the weird way they were doing their points.
And so
which they never released the points that they gave out for that one, and I'm real suspicious. Anyway,
spicy. So I will change that at the next GT. That's something I am looking at changing.
Yeah,
figuring
that
out
award
another
in
way
general.
to award something along the lines of that, but make it a bit more spread out.
Josh walked away with like 18 prizes. Yeah. Because his name also got drawn out of
he submitted 3.
And all 3.
And all 3 in the raffle got drawn.
He only ended up getting prize for one of them, but at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
First place went to Sam Harbison and his Angmar list.
It's Angmar.
It's Angmar. There's not much to say about Angmar. Gulliver, Witch King, lads.
Yeah. Really wish I'd wrote Fest around 4.
Do you know what? Link in the description for his blog about the Queensland GT.
He does.
There might be some controversies written up in that, which I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read it. He's released part 1.
Part 1 as of tonight.
Yep. Part 2, who knows?
We'll find out.
It might come out next week. I don't know. This video might not come out for a long time because I have to drive to Masters tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow?
I leave tomorrow, I leave Friday morning, so kind of tomorrow. Technically not tomorrow, but basically. Yeah, I'm fucked.
This man's insane.
Oh man, I almost went to the Taz GT as well.
I wish I had.
God.
Honestly, if I had the choice between Taz GT and Masters, I'd have done Taz GT.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Sorry, Adam, but I'm autistic and don't like a lot of people.
There's too many people and...
sensory overload.
There's too many people I don't know and too many people I don't know. And there's too many people I don't know. And the fourth reason, and the fifth reason, if you'd like to know the fifth reason, is that
Liam would have to wear sensory headphones.
I'd have to wear sensory headphones and a mask.
So well done to Sam. Well done to everyone who podiumed. Well done to the top 5. Good job, Liam.
Thank you. The only reason we did top 5 is because I asked for it.
But no, Sam had some stellar games. He went through a tough list of players. He versed Jay. He versed Isla.
Yeah.
He versed Josh. I don't remember the other people he versed because there was round 1 and 2.
I don't either.
I don't remember. I'm cooked from it all. But he did have, if we were using Tournament Journey as one of the... it's not called Tournament Journey, but it's...
It's your, what is it? Fucking...
Yeah, people know what I mean.
I know what it's called.
It's where, depending on the skill level of the player that you verse, is a tiebreaker. If he had done that, he would have got 3, maybe 4 of the toughest players in Queensland.
Yeah.
Talking about toughest players in Queensland, Nick Franklin is without a doubt one of the best players in Queensland. But guess who beat him? Saxon.
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
go!
Yeah, boy.
Saxon.
Yeah, it was great.
Beat Liam.
Beat Nick.
Nick.
And almost beat me, to be fair.
I think it was a major victory. Which I think
because it was literally just this Hail Mary of a direct impact through blinding light with his catapult to hit Haldir, who was his target in assassination.
I think it was perfect. Also just it's his second ever major victory ever.
Oh, he had a couple. His first one was at Bywater, and I think he had 2 at Bywater or 3 at Bywater potentially.
Either way, get around the lad. I think he was almost he was undefeated first 2 rounds.
Yeah, he was, and then
I
had to ruin it. I'm sorry.
I was very mad with Liam.
Yeah.
But also, Saxon could have got top 5 at Bywater, and I ruined it.
Yeah, you fuck him so hard.
I said to Liam...
trebuchet on top of a building, and fuck this.
I said, hey Liam, am I in a chance for best painted or best army? And Liam went, no. And I went, cool, I'm fucking Saxon. And I
just bent him over the table and
trebuchet.
Raw dogged him.
Boom, boom. Literally raw dogged him because he was running.
Yeah, raw dogs.
Anyway, best sport. went to our boy Elias.
Oh, and best display
And
board.
best display board with his pirate display board.
Beautiful display board.
Sensational.
Like, deserved best display board in every day of the week.
Without a doubt, without a
Someone's
Someone
just taking a
took
piss.
shit. I heard it bouncing off the pipes. Ding, 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 ding. Best army went to Erin with her
and
spiders. Which
Second time she's won that as well
might
in
even
recent
be
tournaments.
third. She's definitely won it twice. I think she might have won it 3 times.
I don't think...
Because one was at a G Dub.
That was the G-Dub, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one was at the G-Dub, and then last weekend, I thought the only other time she's bought them as doubles, but I don't think they won at doubles.
Maybe not. So
Because she had Sam's army, and Sam's army, unfortunately, dude,
wasn't painted.
yeah.
Come on, mate.
Well, kind of painted.
But also not.
Not based, that's for sure.
It was based, but not based.
It wasn't based.
It's
Neither base. It wasn't either of the base.
It wasn't Cool Kid based.
Yeah. Look, if you have Sam's army next to Aaron's army, is night and day.
Sorry, Sam.
Sorry, Sam.
So yeah, Erin won best army, which I should mention. I say best army. This is all peer voted.
Yeah, peer voted. Yeah.
Best sport, best army,
And best singular
and
model.
best singular model, which was won by old mate Daniel. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name because I fucked it up last time I tried to say it.
Judge,
Judge,
Judy and execution.
Judge execution.
Judge, Judy, and execution.
Judgy boy.
Yeah.
Just a little judgment.
Little judgy
So
dickhead.
He's
Some
Grimby
judgy bastard.
He's Grimby won it.
Yeah.
And what I'm so happy for is that all 4 of those awards, it was like unanimous, essentially. Like, I just looked at the columns of where people wrote stuff down, and for best sport, it was like Elias, Kirby, Elias, Kirby,
Well,
Kirby. And I
how
was like,
how though?
no. Because for the best sport, and you were probably late for this as well, I said that this is not just for the people that you have versed, but if you see something...
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. If you see something or whatever that another player has done during the tournament, which you think is very sporting, then you can vote for that player as well.
But Elias is Pedro Pascal, and that's not fair.
Pedo Pascal.
Wow. Excuse me? That's defamation. We're gonna get sued.
Good. We need the fame.
Oh, I need money though. I need the money.
Pedro Pascal's got money. He'll give us some.
No, that's the problem. He's suing us.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You called him a pedo.
Time to sell my armies again.
Oh my god, no.
We'll get a lawyer for 1 hour. Yeah, so I did say that I allowed people to vote even if you didn't verse that player.
I did not do that.
Yeah, that's fine. You didn't have to.
Elias is famous, so that's probably...
Yeah, probably.
No, he's also just a fucking great
He's
dude.
just like... and I reckon a lot of it might have come from like lunchtime and everything. Like, he went around and he chatted with everyone, and he's
just
just
a lovely
such a
guy.
nice dude. He really, really is. We've spoken about Elias. I can put featuring Cracker Milk.
Cracker Milk of the tags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing I love more than getting the comments of, is that the guy from Cracker
Bro,
Milk?
it's
so
my
funny.
favorite thing. Is that the dude from Cracker Milk?
It's so funny.
Yeah. That's
So
incredible.
stupid. Anyway.
Best display board, again, unanimous. It was
Yeah.
Elias's thingy.
Yeah. And
his pirate
his
ship.
pirate ship. It was just so good.
The best or favorite army, that was a little bit harder. It was between... it was actually between Elias and Erin. So Elias almost took out 3 trophies.
3 trophies. Really.
3 softcore trophies. And then best painted model was...
We already said.
Yeah, and I've already said, but that was also basically unanimous.
Oh,
as
right,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That was
voted.
like-
To be fair, voted for Gandalf.
Like at one
But, you know.
point,
I actually didn't
Medbry's
vote.
Gandalf got a fair chunk of votes.
No, I voted for Jay.
Dan's
No.
unpainted Gandalf.
No. Yeah, Jay's Gandalf. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What? Jay?
Not Jay.
Jim.
Jim.
Jimmy. No.
I voted for Jim's Gandalf.
Cool. Anywho,
I'm sorry.
it was interesting because at one point Mabry's like, "Oh, let me do my vote. Oh, I haven't done it yet. I've been out for lunch." And I went, "Mabry, don't even bother." I was like, "Your vote will mean nothing because."
I'm gonna get sick now.
Yeah, because all of the soft score stuff was just it was a whitewash. It was incredible.
I think other than Aaron's army, I didn't actually. None of my votes apparently counted. So I was voting for everyone but the people who won.
Yeah.
Not even. Oh, actually, no. Elias is display board, but that was Elias' display board. So.
I did also have the store do a little bit of voting.
Yeah.
And I gave them two votes a piece. If they vote for Elias, for example, bang, that's 2 points. So that's where a lot of a fair chunk of that would have come.
I gave the store 5 votes for my order.
5?
Well, because they were the only ones voting.
Oh, okay, right, cool.
Oh, actually, no, everyone else did vote, but
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Fair. But that was the Queensland GT. We did also do the cheeky announcements for the league.
Yeah, the league in general.
The Queensland League.
For 2023.
2023. Shout out to Nick Franklin for rushing the numbers.
On the top, 10 or whatever.
Yeah, the top 10 people or whatever to get us that so that we could announce it all at the Queensland GT. I wanted to announce at the GT just because that's when we were going to have most people.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to announce it separately on its own, but that's fine. People got to win a nice little Queensland-shaped trophy.
Yeah, and someone walked away with 2 of them.
Fucking Kirkby.
Kirkby.
Last minute, instead of doing just the top 3, I did the top 3 plus what I'm calling Queensland's best bloke. Which went to Kirkby, and the way that you score Queensland's best bloke
It's by getting best sports awards.
Yeah, is by getting best sports awards. And
the man had
Kirkby
5?
had 5 best sports awards this year. Elias had 3 for all 3 tournaments he went to, and then he got a 4th one for this one. So it was a toy. It was toy.
To be fair, one of those tournaments didn't count for Kirkby though, because that was.
No.
Did you count the championship?
Nope.
I don't think he got 5 then, did he? Oh.
Yeah, we did the maths.
Yeah, well.
I went and checked all this jazz out.
I don't remember
made
anything though, to be fair. So.
I don't either. That's why I had to go to Kirkby and show me all your best sports trophies.
Yeah, tell me.
Give me the proof.
Give me the money.
He has won 8 or 9 best sports over the past 2 years.
I never win best sport.
No,
I'm too much of a bastard.
Yeah, so you would win the baddest sport. Which apparently was an award a few years ago, and David T used to win it a lot. Anywho, I don't know if that's staying in, but it's whatever. So yeah, Kirkby won that. Then we had a really big shuffle up in the second and third.
Except for first place, yeah.
Except for the Queensland League. So Nick Franklin was 3rd and Matt Whitford was 2nd. And they both, I don't want to say they didn't struggle at the GT, but they didn't do well enough to keep their places.
They didn't play as well as they usually do.
Yeah,
Nick was using an odd list, and Matt wasn't using the Bears.
So they both got kicked out, and 3rd place went to Sean Kirkby, which is why he won 2. And Jay came in out of nowhere. I think this is Jay Handsome. His 3rd tournament.
It would have been his 4th. It had to have been his 4th. Otherwise,
it must have been his 4th.
No way he was making it the top 3.
The dude's podium, every single event he showed up to. The dude is such a good player.
I don't think. Maybe. I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure. Anywho,
that was
junky.
Solid.
That slapped the pipes.
Oy. I'm so glad it doesn't smell.
I know, right? Oh, God. So Jay Handsome came 2nd in the Queensland League.
Yep.
And I came 1st.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. I went into that tournament 1st place on 380 league points. And the way you score league points is going to certain events with certain numbers, and your top 4 events are what count towards your placings.
Yeah.
And so before this event, I placed 1st and 2nd enough time to get 380 points.
Yeah.
And I went into the Queensland GT going, I'm going to lose my first place because there's 7 people that can overtake me.
7 people that could overtake him.
A few, 2 or 3 of them dropped out.
I think even 4 by the end.
Possibly. One had work commitments come up. A couple fell ill. Some had illnesses in the family. They all popped out. And I went, God damn it, this is going to be really awkward because I'm probably going to win. And then Nick Franklin and a few others, they also struggled a little bit.
Yeah, they're just like, it was Matt, Nick, and one other person in the top 7 that actually did play at the GT, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
We can get it up. I could get it up.
We could, but we're not going to.
No, I'll try.
Okay. But yeah, so there was.
I'm just curious.
There were 7 people going in that could have toppled me, which I would have.
I was not one of them.
I would have been perfectly fine with, but alas, that did not happen. And Jay was only 2 points behind me, with like 378 points, as opposed to
my
he did
380. Very well.
So he did very well to get up there into second, and somehow I kept that first place in the league.
Seb.
Seb.
And also, if Kirkby had won.
Seb was one of the guys that disappeared.
Yeah.
He had to leave.
Well,
he didn't show up day 2.
Oh, right.
Because his illness in the family.
That's right. So, and Kirkby.
Yeah.
But he had to have won to get up there.
And now I did mention that...
Kirkby came 6th, by the way, if
he
anyone's
did
curious.
I did say that if I remained in the top 3, which, look, I was hoping for the league, that I was going to really take a step back and TO a lot of events next year.
This is a semi-retired man right here.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I've 100%ed Queensland.
He's about to go get like a caravan.
Yeah.
Grey Nomad, go around Australia.
Go
around Australia with his...
Battle Camper 2.0.
Yeah, Battle Camper 2.0. Go around Australia versing other people.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So the plan is to run a lot. I say a lot. I want to run 4 events next year.
Yeah.
That's my goal. 3 smaller ones, and then the Queensland GT, which is the one I can stress about. Now, I tell you what, Hilly Durly, was it stressful?
Running events is stressful.
Coming up to the event, stressful, but fuck me, it was a lot of fun, and something I want to do a lot more of, as I just mentioned. So absolutely. I had a stellar time doing it. It was great because I could be there with the community. I could be a true MESBG cuck.
Yeah,
and just watch games.
The ultimate MESBG cuck over here.
It was phenomenal.
He watches bat reps and he watches people game.
I love it. I just like...
It's always really interesting because you also catch a lot more than you would if you're playing the tournament. Like a lot of the games, I maybe catch like half of it because I'm usually going to time if you're playing the tournament, or like you have like half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever to run around and like have a look at some games. But by then it's like, it's at the end of the game, so you're like,
yeah.
But man, TOing, great,
phenomenal. I'm keen for it.
And it's also so much fun to watch the ladder.
Oh, bro, that's my favorite thing.
And you're like, ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at this guy. Ooh, he's going well. And then you're like...
the statistics.
Yeah.
It's great. I might become a numbers guy soon. But we're going to end it here because we've been talking long enough. Big shout out to Irresistible Force, who
huge shout out
lets us use their space for free.
I mean, we pay a lot in patronage.
Let's put it this way. We spent so much money, like the tournament people, the prize support that I purchased, and just people going there buying like drinks, coffees, food, and magic cards. I spent $70 on one magic card. Anyway,
man comes over to me with a tree and he's like, this was $70. All right,
it's a tree.
All right, dude.
So we spent so much money that they were like, here's a Skillieth starter box set for prize support. So that went out. I was going to give it to last place, but Sam Harbison wanted it, so it went to first place. Anyway, so yeah, the big shout out to Irresistible Force. Big shout out to Battle Games Terrain Studio, who hooked us up with a great raffle prize, which was a Skillieth theme. Yeah, went to Jim from Victoria. Yeah. But that's a beautiful...
Travelled the furthest, won the biggest prize.
Yeah. Beautiful. He also won a neoprene mat from PMTT, which is a group based out in Toowoomba here in Queensland, who hooked us up with that mat. Absolutely stellar.
Very good mat.
And of course, Andrew Medbury.
Medbury Miniatures.
Medbury boy.
Owen Baron of Dice.
guess what? We have more followers / subscribers than Medbury does. But Medbury hates Liam's garage.
Oh, yeah, he was like, oh, yeah, my new apartment's bigger than this garage. I'm like, yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. His new office. His new office.
Yeah, so shout out to
Man came into my home, insulted me, was such a terrible guest.
You were fine.
Yeah, it was lovely.
So he supplied a bunch of prizables, a lot of metal miniatures, and he also supplied the little individual dwarf boy.
Actual tournament mini.
The tournament mini.
Oh, and as a final prize for Sean, as a final prize for Sean, Reese and Medbury teamed up to create 2 Sean figures for his work in the league and for also winning the league, I guess, at that point. But we'll show pictures of those. He has the master with his head on it, and holy shit, it's my favorite model.
And my favorite model at the moment,
yes,
or profile, Gildor. So
yes.
I got Gildor with my head on.
Gildor with his head on it, master with his head on it. I knew Reese wasn't going to do this because it's a little mean, but I really wanted a Grishnak with your head on it.
Oh god, that would have been god. That's a reference to the Noobs group chat because my nickname in it is Grishnak, and that's because I was walking around with a bent over back when I had a back injury, looking like Grishnak.
He was looking like Grishnak. He had the Grishnak hobble.
I had the little coming for your legs.
Don't need those.
Don't need them. Meat's not back on the menu.
But good shit. That was a really fun way to end the tournament. Everyone got to look at those minis. That was very silly. Also, I think Reese still has like 7 more of those heads.
God damn.
And I imagine.
One on Grishnak.
Yeah, one on Grishnak and just like a whole like Hobbit army with lizards.
Spicy. Anyway, this has definitely gone on for long enough. We were like, this will go for half an hour. It's been probably
like 45.
A long time.
Yeah.
Watch it be like long. Anyway, doesn't fucking matter. Shout out to the patrons. You make all this happen.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you guys, it would have also been a lot harder to run the GT.
Oh, hugely.
And mate, thanks for watching the GT list review, the Queensland GT list review.
Yeah, it's gone really well.
Really well.
Yeah, as far as list reviews go, that's our best one. Easy.
It's been phenomenal. So please watch this as well.
Yeah, please. Even though it's not quite. Oh, no one watches the vlogs. This is different. So now you'll watch these, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
no one watches the vlogs.
But I love making the vlogs.
The vlogs are great. Minty fucking hates the vlogs.
Bye.
Bye. Oh shit.
Oh, it wasn't recording.